Jacob's ladder, a divine dream. Jacob, the son of Isaac and grandson of Abraham, was on a long journey. He was fleeing from his brother Esau, who was angry because Jacob had deceived their father and taken the blessing meant for Esau. His mother Rebekah had urged Jacob to leave their home in Beersheba and go to her brother Laban's house in Haran, far to the north, until Esau's anger subsided. One evening, after traveling many miles, Jacob found himself in a lonely and desolate place. Exhausted, he looked around for a place to rest. With no shelter available, he took a stone, placed it under his head, and laid down to sleep. That night, as he slept, Jacob had a dream. In his dream, he saw a ladder or stairway that reached from the earth all the way to heaven. The ladder was not ordinary, it was extraordinary, as angels of God were ascending and descending on it. It was a bridge between the human world and the divine realm, and it filled Jacob with awe. At the top of the ladder stood the Lord himself. God spoke to Jacob, saying, "I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the land on which you are lying. Your descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth, and they will spread out to the west, the east, the north, and the south. All peoples on earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I promised." When Jacob awoke, he was filled with wonder and fear. He exclaimed, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it." Trembling, he added, "How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God. This is the gate of heaven." Early the next morning, Jacob took the stone he had used as a pillow and set it up as a pillar. He poured oil on top of it, marking the place as holy. He named that place Bethel, which means house of God. Jacob made a vow, saying, "If God will be with me and will watch over me on this journey I am taking, and will give me food to eat and clothes to wear, so that I return safely to my father's household, then the Lord will be my God. And this stone that I have set up as a pillar will be God's house. And of all that you give me, I will give you a tenth." Key themes in Jacob's ladder story. Divine presence. Jacob's ladder represents a connection between heaven and earth, reminding us that God is always present and active in our lives, even when we are unaware. God's promise. The covenant that God made with Abraham and Isaac is reaffirmed to Jacob. Despite Jacob's deception in obtaining his father's blessing, God promises to be with him, to protect him, and to make his descendants into a great nation. Transformation of Jacob. This dream marks a turning point in Jacob's life. From a man fleeing for his life, he becomes someone who encounters God and begins to see himself as part of God's larger plan for his family and the world. Bethel, the place where Jacob had the dream, becomes a sacred space, a house of God, highlighting the idea that God's presence can turn any place into holy ground. This story emphasizes that God is always reaching out to us, bridging the gap between heaven and earth, and that our encounters with Him often happen when we least expect it. Please like and subscribe to help us grow our spiritual channel.